Hi, my name is James Quattro, and I'm a digital cinematography student from Rochester, New York. And I want to welcome you to the beautiful Port Bay, right off of Lake Ontario. Now, there's no other place I'd rather spend my summers than out here on the water. But more importantly, it's the perfect setting for today's topic, and that is nautical theme movies. Now, whether or not you agree with me that the nautical theme is its own genre, you can't deny that seafaring movies have been in American cinema from the start in the silent era all the way up to some of the biggest blockbusters of today. So come with me and set sail as we explore this exciting topic.
Our voyage begins as far back as the silent era to find films with strong nautical themes. Charlie Chapman's Shanghai from 1915 is a good example of that. Filled with scandal, romance, and his signature comedy, this is one of the earliest films in the seafaring genre. In fact, this wasn't Chapman's only nautical film. 2 years later, in 1917, Chaplin co-wrote, directed, and starred in The Immigrant, a tale of a young man immigrating from Europe to the United States who finds love despite the hardships along the way. Chaplin wasn't the only one, though. Buster Keaton directed and starred in The Navigator in 1924. This film contains some of Keaton's most elaborate stunts that he was famous for. As we sail away from the silent era and our exploration, we drop anchor in the 40s and 50s. In 1941, Michael Curtis' Academy Award-nominated film, The Sea Wolf, hits theaters. A gritty, action-packed drama, this film was nominated for Best Visual Effects. In 1956, Ken Anakin's comedy, Three Men in a Boat, was released in Great Britain and was the 12th most popular movie at the box office the following year. Anakin later went on to direct other well-known hits such as The Swiss Family Robinson in 1960, The Call of the Wild in 1972, and The New Adventures of Pippi Longstocking in 1988, just to name a few. The 70s brought us The Poseidon Adventure, based on the novel by Paul Gallico and the real-life events surrounding the RMS Queen Mary in 1942. In fact, parts of the film were shot aboard the actual ship. Decades later, in 2006, Wolfgang Petersen would direct another adaptation of Gallico's novel. Petersen's Poseidon holds a Guinness Book of World Record for the most detailed CG model in a film. Of course, a discussion of nautical films wouldn't be complete without noting James Cameron's mega blockbuster Titanic. Released in 1997, Cameron wrote, directed, co-produced, co-edited, and partially financed this masterpiece. The budget on this film was monstrous, including construction of a life-size model of the ship. The sets were built from the actual blueprints of the original 1912 ship. Fox built a studio in Mexico that included a 17 million-gallon Horizon tank for the shooting of this movie. Titanic became the first film ever to reach the billion-dollar mark in gross sales and was the highest-grossing film of all time until Cameron beat his own record with Avatar in 2009. Titanic to date has grossed more than $2 billion worldwide. As you can see, the nautical genre has been with us throughout motion picture history, and we have only touched the high points. There are also subgenres, for example, pirate-themed films. Some exceptional talents like Anakin and Cameron have worked on seafaring films. Incredible sets, award-winning effects, and record box office numbers all grace the nautical genre. I hope you have enjoyed our little voyage around this piece of motion picture history, and I hope it has piqued your interest to explore it more.